What's up, everyone? Howler here, coach of your Delta Gligars. Today I'm bringing you the Week 3 match for the BBL. We are going up against Mario B and his Roll Street Rillabooms. I think in one of his videos he pronounced it Rolle Street Rillabooms, but that's definitely not how I would pronounce it. He can correct me if he wants, but I'm going to continue to call them Roll Street. Okay, anyways, yeah. His team's on the right side of the screen. Mario is currently 0-2, and we are, of course, 2-0, coming off a pretty darn good performance last week, and I hope I can follow that up this week and improve to 3-0. And we have got a very, very fun team this week, and I can't wait to get into it. Although I do have to say, so Mario and I became acquainted in season 7 of the IBL, and he's someone that I've been looking forward to playing for a while, just because I would say he was, without a doubt, the most improved player over the course of that IBL season 7 season. He didn't make playoffs that season, but he did make playoffs the following season, and he's been very clearly improving as a draft league battler. So and he's just overall, the best way to describe him is he's just a kind soul. There's really no other way to describe Mario. He's a pretty good guy. So yeah, you should go check out his channel if you haven't already. So our team this week, we're going to start off with the Calyrex, as we are going to every week. Not much. This is basically the same set as last week, except we changed one move and we changed the item. And it's still going to put in a ton of work. We have Megahorn this week because Glacial Lance into Megahorn KOs Max Defense Slowbro after Stealth Rocks, if you can believe it. Now, if he takes Stealth Rocks and also has leftovers after eating a Glacial Lance, then he might have a chance to live, but I still really like those odds when I can just potentially get rid of a Slowbro right off the bat. That is the only check to Calyrex once Trick Room gets set up. So if I can position this in front of a Garchomp that doesn't want to die to a Glacial Lance, then I can go for it freely. Click Megahorn on the next turn, because Slowbro is, of course, even slower than Calyrex. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups. So yeah, this matchup is a little bit different, and some of the matchups in the coming weeks will be quite a different than the matchups we had in the first 2 games, because in those 2 games my opponents did not have bonds that were slower than Calyrex. Calyrex was this Calyrex was slower than my opponent's entire team. So once I got Trick Room up, it was going to it made it very easy to mow through things. However, Trick Room is not a good idea if Slowbro is still around, because Slowbro can slack off stall, it can get flamethrower damage off against me, stuff like that. So we want to try to get rid of Slowbro before we even think about clicking Trick Room with our Calyrex. Megahorn, I said Megahorn. And we might have to consider going for Megahorn against Max Defense Umbreon if we identify that's what the set is. Megahorn will do slightly more to the Umbreon than Glacial Lance will, and if he's max defense, then Glacial Lance won't even KO at +1 attack. So we might have to scout out for damage on that thing. But I'm not convinced that Umbreon comes to this game, because I have a lot of stuff that beats Umbreon. The next 3 Mons you see on this in the team builder are both, they all match up extremely well against it, so... high horsepower is there for Klefki. I don't particularly want to be staying in on Klefki, but it's there. because we didn't really need another move. Charty Berry is insurance against Swords Dance, Stone Edge, Garchomp. That's really the only reason why it's there. Absorb this wild Tapu Fini set for a moment. I'll give you a couple seconds. Alright, we are max defense. Defog, we have Defog to get rid of Klefki spikes because we don't want to get spike stacked. We have Icy Wind for Garchomp because we do not need a Fairy type move. Ice type moves will obviously hit Garchomp for more. We have enough speed investment so that once we hit it with one Icy Wind, we will outspeed it on the following turn, and the second Icy Wind would knock out the Garchomp. We have Brine because obviously this is a okay switch into Ho-Oh, but if you've never faced a Ho-Oh before, that thing has like a million Spadef. So Tapu Fini really is not doing any sorts of damage to Ho-Oh. So I am only clicking Brine against Ho-Oh if it is at below half HP. Because if it's below half HP, Brine is 130 base power. And it will KO from that range. It should KO from that range. We can Icy Wind. We can do the Icy Wind thing to the Ho-Oh as well, because Tapu Fini is kind of like bait for Ho-Oh to proc a weakness policy. So if we haven't identified its item yet, then I don't want to be hitting it with super effective water type attacks. But if it's like weakness policy and it's come in on stealth rocks, which means it'll take 50%, it won't be heavy duty boots. If it's weakness policy, then Brine should do the trick against it. And we have Reflect as well, because we can set Reflect once we've clicked Icy Wind against the Ho-Oh. We will outspeed on the next turn. We can Reflect to take the Ho-Oh's hits better, and that will help the rest of the team take Ho-Oh's hits better. So yeah, very strange Tapu Fini set, but I think it will. I like bringing these strange sets and seeing them put in work. So I'm hoping that that's how it works out. Another kind of weird set, Vikavolt with Misty Seed. The reason why it's Misty Seed, the number one reason, is because Vikavolt is here to defensively check Kartana. If Kartana comes to this game, it's insanely important that we keep Vikavolt at as high as HP as possible, because we resist the dual stabs and we click Bug Buzz and knock Kartana out. But aside from that, Vikavolt also has an extremely good matchup against Umbreon and Slowbro and Raikou, and can hit Ho-Oh super effectively. So if Ho-Oh wants to switch in on a predicted Bug Buzz, like say I get this in against Umbreon, well, I can click Sub in front of Umbreon. Foul Play doesn't break my Sub. And then I can just attack what's in front of me on the following turns. I can keep Vikavolt healthy with Roost. Roost off the damage that I lose from substitutes. If Ho-Oh comes in on predicted Bug Buzz and I get a Sub up, then I can Thunderbolt it, and if it takes rocks, it's dead. Misty Seed also, so the item is consumed, so Kartana's knockoff will not be doing as much damage as it wants to Vikavolt, and I get a special defense boost, so Raikou cannot break the sub with Shadow Ball, and Klefki cannot break the sub with Dazzling Gleam. So I think this is a really cool Vikavolt set here that we got. Urshifu is Choice Banded because it has a very, very good speed tier here. The only things that are outspeeding Urshifu are the Garchomp, well, Kartana as well. So, but the fact that this outspeeds Ho-Oh is really, really nice. And I want to be getting as much damage off against a Klefki that's coming in if I'm clicking Wicked Blow. So if I can get this thing, if I can pivot this thing in, especially against anything that I've clicked Icy Wind against with Tapu Fini, if it takes a speed drop and Urshifu can outspeed it, that would be phenomenal. So like, if Raikou switches in on an Icy Wind, and I can use my Chansey as a pivot, and then get Urshifu in, then I can fire off Choice Banded hits. We have enough speed to always outspeed Ho-Oh. Pretty self-explanatory moveset. Yeah, Rock Slide is there just for Ho-Oh, because that thing is bulky and we need to be able to KO it. So next is Nihilego, Air Balloon Nihilego. This is designed to be my lead, but I would like to... It's not a suicide lead per se. Like, I can switch out into other members of my team, maybe bring this back in later in the game. Like, if Air Balloon is still intact, then this can switch in on Ho-Oh. If it's not intact, it's not a switch in because Ho-Oh gets Earthquake, and that will destroy any variant of Nihilego. So this can lead, take any hit, it outspeeds Garchomp, guaranteed. Of course, if Kartana leads, then we just go right into Vikavolt. And we can get up Stealth Rocks, which will really annoy the Ho-Oh if it's not Boots. Ideally, he leads with Ho-Oh and switches out immediately so I can get Stealth Rocks up. Power Gem, Dazzling Gleam, the only attacks that we need. Dazzling Gleam is just for the Garchomp. And we have Wrap, so we can trap in Klefki and just get rid of that thing, because it's annoying and I don't want it to be coming in and out and in and out and in and out for the entirety of the game. So, and I don't anticipate the Klefki to carry Flash Cannon, so it won't have great ways of damaging my Nihilego if it's trapped in and taking passive damage from Wrap. I expect it to have like Defog, Spikes, and Dazzling Gleam and Foul Play seem like more likely attacking options than Flash Cannon. So, last on the team is Chansey. Chansey had to come this week because my team is extremely weak to Subcoal Mine Raikou, and Subcoal Mine Raikou cannot beat Chansey. So we have Seismic Toss to break the Raikou substitute, Soft Boil obviously to keep ourselves healthy. Flamethrower is there just in case we can take a hit from Kartana, and Flamethrower will KO with our stellar base 35 special attack stat. And then, of course, Teleport for pivoting. This can switch into the likes of Dragalge as well. It can switch in on any of his special attackers and get a free teleport out into something like our Choice Banded Urshifu, or maybe even our Calyrex as well. So that's going to be the team, and I will see you right back for the match. Okay, we're back here for the match. Oh, crap. I just realized that my screen is screwed up big time. So, 1 second. I need to adjust. This is real professional stuff right here. There you go. That was fixed for my streams, because I'm streaming Wii U games instead of interesting. Hitmontop is here and Slowbro is not, so he only resist to Glacial Lance is Klefki. Okay, that still doesn't change the fact that Nihilego is my lead of choice. Hitmontop being here is kind of annoying because I don't have Fairy Move for it, and so I basically am relying on Vikavolt to 1v1 that thing too, so Vikavolt's responsibilities are pretty heavy. I'm also going to try to play this game, like, try to make my moves quick, not try to overthink stuff. Because, full disclosure, this game is being played at a time that I absolutely did not want to play it at. I have had a 13-hour day out of the house, and I'm doing this after I come home from that, so I am very, very tired. Battling at this hour is not what I would call a healthy thing to do, given that I need to go to work again tomorrow morning. So, good luck and have fun to Mario. I just need to relax and try to have some fun with this. Raiden sounds like a Raikou nickname. So the fact that he leads off with this makes me think that it is going to be Volt Switch. and not Sub-Calm Mine. Sub-Calm Mine, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball I thought was a very good set against me. This thing is going to pop my balloon, which is, it is what it is, and I'm just going to set rocks because Klefki is coming in. At least I think Klefki's coming in. Hitmontop could also come in, but Hitmontop doesn't... Hitmontop might not want to take a Sludge Wave. I don't think that's Specs. It's not Life Orb. We'll find out. The fact that Hitmontop is here leads me to believe that... well, I guess Hitmontop makes sense as a switch into Urshifu, although Intimidate won't cut Wicked Blow's damage output, thankfully. And I guess I'm not surprised to not see the Umbreon either, because Umbreon just invites in a lot of things on my team. At least no Wish Pass is good, because I didn't really prepare for Wish Pass all that much. Like I could have brought like Taunt on Finny or something, but I didn't. What the heck? He brought in his Ho-Oh? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. I mean, if you're Scarfed, you're gonna reveal it to me now. You have to be... There's... What? I'm so confused. Why would you go into... What? Okay, well, if you're Scarfed, then you're not Boots. And if you lock yourself into Earthquake, then I get Vikavolt in for free. So I'm going to stay in and click Power Gem. Okay. That's Assault Vest. Has to be. But... I think it has to be Assault Vest. I mean, like, I'm a max special attack Nihilego. Although I will get Regenerator, so it won't be quite dead to... I get to go into Urshifu now, I think. Well... Yeah, and Hitmontop can spin rocks away pretty freely. So I should go into this and U-turn, expecting Hitmontop to come out. Gee, if only I had clicked Power Gem. Then I could have 2-hit KO'd the Ho-Oh. Grandmaster D, the Hitmontop. We'll get U-turn. I unfortunately do not have anything to block spin, which stinks. Finny can't even touch this. I could go into Calyrex. That seems like my best play, going into Calyrex, because I can Glacial Lance anything. And this thing should be faster than me, so if I get Trick Room up... If I get Trick Room up later, I just get a bunch of kills, I think. If he wants to take a bunch of damage on this to spin rocks away, then be my guest. Also, if you want to switch Klefki into this to resist an attack, then be my guest. It's still going to take a big chunk. Alright. That's gonna do nothing to me. It'll get your rocks away. But if I get Trick Room up with this thing, then I'm just gonna like sweep through everything. This didn't quite die. I don't particularly want this to take any more damage, so I will now pull the switch into probably into Tapu Fini. This thing will be at plus speed. If Fini, I can Icy Wind. Oh, you switched and went into the Klefki. Okay. So I go into Vikavolt on this thing and get my Misty Seed popped so that knockoff Kartana doesn't do a lot to me. I can set up free subs against this. Foul play. His foul play doesn't break my sub. What? He went into Raikou. That's good for us. Okay. So I get to sub here, or I can Thunderbolt, expecting Ho-Oh to come out. Because Ho-Oh is Assault Vest, so it should yeah, I'm gonna click Thunderbolt. Because I want, if Ho-Oh comes in, I want damage off against it, and then I need to switch Vikavolt out to make sure it stays healthy for Kartana. And I don't want to waste HP clicking Substitute. Man, Runerigus over Chansey might have been the play here, because we could have blocked Spin, and we still could have sort of been a switch in to Raikou. So we do catch this thing with a Thunderbolt, but it's not going to kill because he's AV. God damn it, this thing is so freaking fat. I have to switch out into Fini here. I need to maintain a timer advantage because this game has the potential to go long. At this point, if I can get a Sacred Fire is so okay. So we won't get burned because terrain. He's gonna switch out here. I would think, like, he doesn't let this die. He doesn't click Brave Bird here. He wants to keep this around. So I want to pull a double into. If Raikou comes out again. If Raikou comes out again, then I think I want Chansey in. So I can click Teleport. Would have been nice to fit rocks on the Chansey as well as the Nihilego. Can I Seismitoss here? Yeah, I can Seismitoss pretty freely, actually. This is probably Assault Vest Raikou. That would be my guess, because he's like, it's like the default switch into Finny. So it can take like any water type hit, any if Ho-Oh comes in here, Ho-Oh takes like, Ho-Oh has a ton of HP. But I can at least scout for damage that it's gonna do to me, and I can click soft boiled. And eventually it's probably gonna want to switch out. Went into Kartana, okay. So I think this might be a mistake. This might be a mistake, but I'm gonna flamethrower this thing. If I can get rid of this thing, then that takes a lot of pressure off Vikavolt, and I can afford to I can afford to let it go down. I can play more recklessly with it against stuff like Ho-Oh. Calyrex can set up Trick Room in front of Ho-Oh as long as Misty Terrain is up. So he will knock off the Eviolite. That is unfortunate, but we will get rid of this thing. This was not something that I wanted Calyrex setting up Trick Room in front of. So, pretty much, so Garchomp, Ho-Oh, it makes sense to bring, for me it makes sense to bring in Ho-Oh because you get extra Regenerator HP, and Ho-Oh should knock Chansey out. Instead goes into Garchomp. Okay, so I need to teleport out against Garchomp because if this is max HP, Seismic Toss doesn't break the sub. I need to scout if it goes for sub. I feel like the only reason you bring Garchomp in here is because... nope, okay, Earthquake. So Chansey dies. And your Life Orb Garchomp, okay. So if you have Stone Edge, then you're gonna KO. If you have Stone Edge, then you're gonna KO Vikavolt. But I don't want to play Vikavolt like that. I want Vikavolt to come in against Klefki. I think that makes the most sense to me. I could bring in. Honestly, I think no, I need Calyrex to win me. I need Calyrex to win me this game. So, going into it now and letting it take a bunch of damage, I don't think is the play. Unless I'm gonna set up Trick Room now, which I could do. Although Klefki is still at full health. Oh shit, I need to go into... I'm gonna go Urshifu. And... I'm gonna go Urshifu. And... Oh, I went into Finny instead. I didn't make it in time. Damn it. Okay, well... Finny is better than certain other things. I still have a timer advantage. I click Icy Wind. Yeah, but Raikou's gonna come out again. I should outspeed the Raikou though. So I could switch out into Vikavolt if I wanted to. Oh, that was a crit, okay. I think I will go into Vikavolt. No need to let Finny take damage here. I know a Volt Switch is coming, but... We haven't seen Klefki's... well, if Klefki's not Air Balloon, then it doesn't matter. Like, Shukaberry isn't going to help against high horsepower high horsepower Calyrex, although he will have Prankster Reflect, likely. Mine for Thunderbolt, that's great. Oh, that's a crit for sure. That's not a crit? Maybe you are specs. I need to roost now, I think. I predicted your holo last time. I don't think you go holo again. Into Hitmontop this time. That's good. So we'll be able to get rid of this thing, which is really nice because it can't get... Wait, what? Oh, interesting. It was Citrus Berry and it didn't proc earlier because of a nerve. I see. Okay. I could sub in front of this thing to scout if it has anything for me. If all you have is CC, then you can't touch me. Let's go for a sub here, just to test the waters. Okay, out into the Ho-Oh. That play, I'm not sure about. We should still be able to take 2 hits from Raikou, I think. Actually would have preferred to just KO Hitmontop instead of click Roost. Flame Charge Assault Vest. Okay. Flame Charge, Sacred Fire, Earthquake, Brave Bird. So I'm gonna go back into Finny now. I still want this around 100%. If you're damaging Finny, then it's clicking Brave Bird and you're doing recoil damage to yourself, so you might end up knocking yourself out. And I need my Misty Terrain up anyway if I want to be setting Trick Room up in front of this. I think he's gonna switch. So I could go back into Vikavolt. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go back into Vikavolt, expecting Raikou to come out. And if this thing stays in, yeah, if it stayed in and knocked out Vikavolt, that's fine. I got my Misty Terrain up, so I can bring in Calyrex and set up Trick Room. And try to win from there. Can you knock me out with 2 Thunderbolts? I really don't think so. Sub. I barely have more time than him. Shadow Ball. Oh, fuck. If I don't have HP for a sub now. Bad. That was a bad play. Well, this thing is useless now. And I have to go into Urshifu. If you're locked into if you're spec Shadow Ball, then I can take it. And it's probably Hitmontop that gets sacked off here. So I'm going to lock myself into Wicked Blow so that I don't care about the attack drop and I can take on whatever else wants to come in. So Wicked Blow should KO, and it should KO Ho-Oh, it should KO Garchomp, it should KO anything that's not Klefki. And if I get any damage off against Klefki, I think I'm happy. Although Klefki having Draining Kiss will be could be annoying. So if Klefki comes in, I'm not sure I would stay in. Klefki can't paralyze me because Prankster, I'm a dark type, I'm immune. Not that you would bring Thunder Wave against Misty Terrain anyway. Okay, so Hitmontop is down. He has 4 Mons left. Does go into the Klefki. So I could go Finny, although I can't really touch this. I can only Brine. I'm gonna Wicked Blow. I'm Choice Banded, dude. I'm just gonna try to get as much damage off against this and hope he's not Yes! Yes, that's huge! That's huge! Raikou's dead! Raikou is dead! He predicted Finny to come in. Let's go, Urshifu! Let's go! You have to go into your Klefki to take a hit from this. Now he's gonna think I'm gonna stay in. So I could go Finny on this. I should 1v1 a Klefki. And if I bring back in Urshifu, then I can lock myself in close combat instead, which will do even more damage to this. Although if he sets up Reflect, then I may want to click Wicked Blow anyway. Dazzling Gleam, not Draining Kiss. Okay, good to know. Nothing wants to switch in on Finny here, so I'm going to Brine. That's the best way I have to get damage off Spikes. I will probably defog Spikes away at some point. That does decent damage actually, and once it gets below half, it's gonna do even more. And I can safely Brine the Ho-Oh because I know it's not weakness policy; it's Assault Vest. And this is Leftovers Klefki. I'm gonna continue to click Brine. And if he sets up multiple layers of spikes, I will just defog them away all at once. I think I can live with one layer. Yeah, so on the next turn, I'm going to click defog. Not below half yet. I could click... No, I'm going to click Brine this turn, and then defog on the next turn. He did not go for spikes again this turn. Win for Dazzling Gleam. Okay. Do I need to defog, or can I just brine this thing to death? Theoretically... Calyrex should still be able to take the hits that it needs. I don't know if this is the right play, but we're going to go for it. We outspeed, obviously, and brine because of the power boost KOs. However, I think our terrain is going to disappear very soon, yes. So, I need to keep terrain around. So Klefki's gone. As soon as we get Calyrex in, we win the game. I need to make sure that terrain is up so I can set up... so I can get Trick Room up in front of Ho-Oh. I should be able to live Sacred Fire. Ho-Oh comes in now. You know what? No. No, I don't need Trick Room to win this game. I can also set Reflect. I'm below 1 minute timer now. I'm gonna sack Urshifu off. Oh man, I don't know if this is the right play. Flame Charge, yeah, I knew that was coming. Or I expected it. Oh, dude, I don't know if I can. It's all gonna come down to if Calyrex lives. Oh my god, he switched! Why do you not? Why did he switch? Why did he switch? That's a 3-0 now. Unless I don't kill this, which I might not kill. Why did he switch out? He gave me a 3-0 instead of a 1-0. And I might not have even won 1-0. I don't understand that at all, Mario. What are you doing? You killed me with... Well, you're at almost max HP now. I could... No, I don't switch this out. I click Wicked Blow again. I'm faster, although I don't think this kills. Brine will. Brine will kill. Good lord, Urshifu putting in the utmost of work. So it's not actually a it's not a 3-0 if Ho didn't have frickin' Regenerator. Then it would be a 3-0. Wow, that was a hell of a game. We are both below 1 minute on our timer. If this should not kill me, and even if it does, the recoil will kill him. Yeah, I don't understand why you... Well, I guess maybe you were predicting Sucker Punch for sure. That had to be it. You were predicting Sucker Punch from Urshifu. I did not have Sucker Punch on a banded Urshifu set. Oh my goodness. Wow, 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 wow. Good game, Mario. It's a good thing that we both made our plays quick because we both were very, very low on time there at the end. 2-0 win for the Gligars. I will take it. Mario, you played a very, very good game. I'm not positive if I played that endgame correctly. URSHIFU put in the finest of work because he just did not predict well what URSHIFU wanted to do. He thought I would switch it out into Finny as soon as Klefki came in, but my thought is if I get damage on Klefki, then I can KO it with high horsepower from Calyrex, although he could have set up a Reflect potentially, but because like Calyrex is so freaking strong, like obviously Reflect is not going to save Guard Pump from Glacial Lance. Ho-Oh might have been able to live a hit. I probably would have been able to live a hit. It could have even pivoted in on a predicted high horsepower into Klefki. So, good lord, so much to dissect. So much to dissect there. I made a very, very bad play as well with Vikavolt going for sub. I guess I just didn't get a good read on what the Raikyu's item was. It clearly was. It had to be Specs. I just think I saw the damage on turn 1 against Nihilego and thought, okay, well, I don't think that's Specs. Like, I'm not at all invested in bulk in Nihilego. So, I mean, that did a respectable amount of damage, but yeah, I probably should have clued in that was Specs. I don't think, like, yes, Chansey could have continuously came in against the Raikou, and Specs Raikou wouldn't have been as much of a threat, but he clicked Volt Switch every single time. Every single time as long as Chansey was on the field and he got something else in to threaten me. So Chansey was more there to deal with like a sub Calm Mind Raikou, which I was honestly more worried about. Yeah, Runerigus would have been really good in that slot, just in case, because it would have blocked Hitmontop's Rapid Spin, and if we, as long as he didn't go for Shadow Ball with Raikou on a Runerigus switch-in, then we blocked any Volt Switch momentum as well. So there's probably a way we could have come up with a set to get around that, but yeah, I would have liked to... So not identifying Specs on Raikou, I should know Calcs better against something that is a very probable lead, and I should know Calcs. I should know the Calc for it against the Mon that I had designated to be my lead, and had I known right off the bat that was Specs, then I probably don't click sub with Vikavolt and make let it die needlessly, because it still had decent usage in that game, I'd say. Like, maybe if the Raikou hadn't been sacked off, then if I had gotten extra damage off against him with Bug Buzz, then Calyrex could have been able to KO it if Klefki had set up a Reflect or something. But yeah, wow. That was a very, very good game. I am very glad to come out as the victor. Very glad to be 3-0 3 weeks into the BBL season. Good game once again to Mario. Go check out his channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to keep up with all of our Draft League content. We will be back next week for another Team Builder and battle. Week 4 is going to be against Luxance and his Hangzhou Sparkling Aria. Very difficult to pronounce name, but yes, that is the team we play next week, so we'll see you then.